Good evening and welcome back. Thanks for starting off the week with us on this 22nd day of June. We are fully fledged into the summer season. And man, oh man, does it feel like it. If you think maybe not so much today, give it 24 hours or a little less and see what you think. Tomorrow, indeed, temperature-wise, is the peak of our forecast. And on the flip side of that, we're going to go from around, say, 91, 92 maybe tomorrow, to around, at last report, 74, 75, maybe 76 degrees in the forecast period. Got the 70s for a couple of days in a row. Significant cool down on its way. But we've got some more steam to talk about before we get to there. We'll talk about the regular session of the McGoffin County Board of Education, what position that they said that they were going to abolish once it was deemed vacant in the coming weeks, and an update on all three, if you will, of the major projects ongoing: the new high school, the football field, that athletic complex, as well as the other one on behalf of the project manager or construction manager. A lot of information presented to the board, and I'll bring you the highlights of that meeting in just a few moments, and a lot of other things, including a plea on behalf of the local family for an organized prayer effort tomorrow. I'll tell you about that in just a few seconds as well. But a couple from McCreary County is making headlines this Monday because they reportedly defrauded the Social Security Administration and Kentucky Medicaid out of hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they've now been sentenced in court. U.S. District Judge Gregory Van Tatenhoff sentenced 59-year-old Oliver Taylor to 33 months for theft of government property, health care fraud, and defrauding the Social Security Administration, and his wife at the time of the offenses, who apparently is no more, 51-year-old Lisa Taylor, was sentenced to 18 months in prison for Social Security fraud, and both have been ordered to pay full restitution to the Social Security Administration, and being federal charges, will have to serve 85% of their sentences. According to the court documents, in '93, Oliver Taylor started getting Social Security benefit payments on behalf of his elderly mother, and then starting in '95, after his mother's death, he continued until 2014, repeatedly signing his mother's name to those checks, receiving her benefits, stating that she was indeed still alive all those years, making false statements to the Social Security Administration, signing his deceased mother's name on those eligibility forms to indicate she was still alive all that time. Happened for about 7 years that Lisa Taylor assisted in the fraud scheme, we are told as well. And because Oliver illegally converted his mother's benefits to his own use, he was ineligible for his own Social Security Administration benefits. So additionally, he fraudulently failed to report that the money he collected from his mother's benefits was income to the Social Security Administration and the Kentucky Department of Medicaid Services, and altogether $487,000 is what they defrauded the government out of, which they have been ordered to pay in full restitution as part of the sentencing guidelines. I'll have to have more on this tomorrow. I've gotten the numbers in, and it's a bit of a back and forth, but I can tell you that the Kentucky Public Service Commission has approved with modifications a settlement agreement that does raise rates for Kentucky Power and AEP customers. Now, not as much as was initially sought, but more than the original agreement, I do believe. We'll talk about that more tomorrow and talk about just how much the average bill we do believe we'll see increased as a result of this agreement with the Kentucky Power Company and the Public Service Commission. But just to let you know, good news is not coming on that front for we consumers. There is some good news for some folks out there in the Appalachian region of the SOAR initiative, which covers more than 50 counties in eastern and southeastern Kentucky. The Kentucky Housing Corporation is going to be helping individuals with loans. We're talking about low-income, long-term, fixed-rate loans. They're going to be making up to $6 million total in loans to moderate-income home buyers in the SOAR region of Kentucky. And that is, of course, the initiative that was proposed by Hal Rogers, the governor of Kentucky as well, and back in 2013, and has since gained a lot of ground in helping those in Appalachia. Qualified home buyers can buy a home. They can also get to $6,000 in down payment assistance through the Kentucky Housing Corporation. These loans, unlike any that you're going to hear of, are 100% locked in at 1% for 30 years. You have to have a really good credit rating and have to do a little legwork to get a 4% loan right now for that same time frame. So that indeed could be a major benefit and could certainly change the housing makeup and living arrangements for so many Kentuckians who need that assistance. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear at least a little bit of improvement I've been in contact with the family today of a young girl who was seriously injured alongside her brother in an ATV accident days ago. She is still in critical condition in the pediatric IC unit in a Huntington hospital. However, I am told that they believe with a whole lot of prayer and with a very strong-willed young girl, there have been some signs of improvement. And on the note of prayer, they're hoping that a lot of folks will join them for a prayer circle that's been organized in the Ramey Park tomorrow evening. It was last Wednesday on this stretch of roadway, Caldwell Road off of Rock House, which is off of New 460 here in Magoffin County, that two young people were seriously injured, critically injured in an ATV accident. A 12-year-old boy, his 13-year-old sister were traveling on the four-wheeler when they lost control of the ATV. It went into a roll and then caused them both severe head trauma, the sister more so. They would have actually life-flighted at least the sister, Brooke Caldwell, identified by her family, had weather permitted, but they were both taken to the Palby Hall Medical Center and then transferred from there to the Cabell Huntington Pediatric ICU unit. Now, they have since been, of course, by her side and counting the prayers as they have continued to come in. And I spoke with a family member earlier today who forwarded me the following information, that Blake is at home. He has been returned home. He is doing good. As for Brooke, the 13-year-old, she is in stable but critical condition. They had a rough night last night, but they give God credit for pulling her through today, and so much, in fact, that she was doing well enough that the nurses had painted her toenails, and they were ecstatic about that and the little signs that they have seen along the way. They have been giving a great deal of credit to all the prayers which have been issued on her behalf throughout the community over the past several days. And to add to that, they hope, I have been asked to announce a prayer circle that has been organized for tomorrow evening in the Ramey Park here in Sagersville in honor of young Brooke. So the family is asking to pass this along on Facebook, any other means that you have to do so, but they hope that anyone who would like to offer up a prayer will do so in this organized prayer circle tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock in the Ramey Park here in Sagersville. They ask that you just please continue to pray for Brooke. This is a public event, they said, so please feel free to share and come and support this local young girl as she continues to fight for her life, but is showing some signs, some wonderful signs of improvement, albeit a little bit at a time, but every day. Tomorrow night, 7 in the Ramey Park. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. Magoffin County Board of Education met in regular session last Thursday night. A portion of that meeting was dedicated to an update on behalf of Construction Manager Kenny Davis, who updated the board on several ongoing projects, one which is about to be wrapped up, that being the athletic complex, which includes the track and the new football field. He also spoke about construction with the new high school building and also giving them a completion date of when they'll be able to move students in. And he also spoke about the athletic complex that, of course, will consist of 2 new ball fields.
How you doing, sir?
Fine. You?
I'm doing great.
Good to see you.
The project progress, let's start with the old one first. The old project is going on now. We're wrapping up the high school football field. The cushion track is in place. They haven't started the striping yet. It's got a pier for a couple of weeks and come back to the striping. That's pretty much all to knock out the work on the field. And then we're probably about, I want to say, late July, we want to finish the paving around the locker room, around the track, and down the hill, and that'll pretty much wrap that job up, and that part of it. And also, as part of this project, we want to finish the parking lots on the other side of the creek before the football season starts. So everything across the creek will be all but done when football season starts. And then looking across the creek, we're going to do that back parking lot. It's a student parking lot. We're going to pave it as well. And that'll allow football overflow parking down the hill. You guys have for your game this fall. So that's kind of where we are from that standpoint. Really for the building, the project is progressing. You can see it that the 2-story classroom wing from right to left is progressing. It's the way we want it to progress. We set most of the skill out in the cafeteria kitchen this past week, and we've started commencing gray beans over into the gymnasium area. So our goal is we've got the roof deck and the water and ice shield on so far down there. We're not dry yet, but we're about 50 feet in the dry. So we're probably looking at another 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. I'll have that whole entire area under roof and dried in. And the windows start going in, the bricks already on, and at that point we can start thinking about painting. So my goal is sometime early July, we'll try to put block fill on the walls for paint. We're going to allow us to start putting up grid and really start pushing the EVP guys to go away. So the job's on schedule. We'll be a week or so behind the most. We've got a couple milestone dates, and then we can start the paint in the next couple of weeks. And then also we want to have the gym under roof by around the 1st of December. And if we make that happen, then we're looking at a July 1st completion date for you guys earlier, which will allow you guys to move in about a year from now. That's our goal. So that job is going to plan, in my opinion. Moving on to the baseball and softball field. With school being out now, we've been completely loose over there. I'm going to say that Keaton his guys got about a week or better of getting it to grade. We've got 2 of the dugouts already built. Once they get the rest of it to grade, we can start building the 2 dugouts, start bringing in topsoil, and that job's supposed to finish around the 1st of September. And that shouldn't be an issue either right now. We're progressing. We're putting in site utilities. We're in the mix of replacing the force main that was, you guys have issues with in the past, and it's one of the things on the agenda. So that job is also going to plan. So we're about a year from wrapping you guys up. So we're excited. I know you guys are excited. Yeah. I think the brick was awesome over here at Cast on high school. So it's been clean for the most part. So it's going to get down the road. So that looks. Any comments, questions?
Any questions?
And I realized I had to isolate some of the air conditioning noise. It's a really hard room to film in, and I thought I'd done a better job than that. But upon hearing it on playback, I know it was a little rough. So just a real quick synopsis. Everything is on schedule. The football field, that's all the parking, everything on that side of the creek. If you've been to there, it's going to be done before the start of football season. The track surface is down. They have the striping to do. It's nearly completed. As for the high school building in and of itself, they hope to have it all roofed in within 2 to 3 weeks. They hope to have the new gymnasium under roof by December, and if all that goes as scheduled, they'll turn it over to the school system on July the 1st of next year, almost 1 year from now in time for it to be used for that school year. The ball fields, softball, and baseball, and I believe where the new tennis courts are also going to be placed, are to be done by September the 1st. And that will give them 1 year basically for any and all of these projects to be done. In other discussion, it was announced that Assistant Superintendent Sanford Holbrook has accepted a superintendent's position in Robertson County, and that after he is no longer the assistant superintendent in Magafa County, the position in and of itself will just be abolished and be no longer. But we wish him well as he goes on to take the helm of the Robertson County school system. Also, some remarks on behalf of Superintendent Holbrook during his report.
As Mr. Davis said, the track is finished. It's all red, got a cushion on it now. And they'll come back 2 weeks, put the little white lines on it. They're ordering the materials for your track, the hurdles. I'm not a track person, but I can learn. They're ordering the hurdles and all the materials that goes with the track be in. And it should be they should be able to hold a stake meet there.
Correct.
Next spring. They want to hold a stake meet to qualify. I want to thank all the people in the county here for dealing with construction, the graduation, and the award ceremony. And I heard very little complaints, and everybody was just really friendly, and I was just so pleased that they drove through all the construction and everything, and just not had any problems whatsoever. And it goes a long way to saying that I thought people you have here in the county, and they was very appreciative, and I'm very appreciative for them handling the construction in a very professional and adult manner.
Now I gotta go on over to tonight's community calendar, and I do so with a birthday wish and some anniversaries too, I believe. The first birthday wish says my wife's birthday is today, so a happy birthday, Charlotte Johnson, with a whole lot of love from your family and friends. It's the big 4-0 for Charlotte today, a big day. And from your husband and everyone else in the family and a whole lot of friends, happy birthday to you, Charlotte. We hope you've had a good one. Now, I have some belated birthdays from time to time, and from time to time, they're my fault, and this is one. It came in the same day as one that was supposed to have been announced, and will be, I hope, on the 29th next Monday. And it got filed on that day with it by mistake, and it was for last Wednesday, so a very belated birthday to Michelle Robbins on what was June the 17th, her birthday. I'm sorry, Michelle, but happy birthday to you, and a happy 27th anniversary. On this past Friday, it says to William and Sherry Arnott with a whole lot of family, from a whole lot of family and friends. Happy 27th anniversary. And the couple that I don't have typed in, the McGoffin County Head Start program is still taking applications for the fall school year. Get your application in now before all the slots are full. You can do so by calling 349-3488. And this left here, just in from the St. Luke's Catholic Church, they're celebrating the blessing and dedication of their new church on Sunday, June the 28th. That will be this Sunday at 2 o'clock. Bishop John Stone will be there and be presiding, and they hope that you'll join them. St. Luke's Catholic Church celebrating the blessing and dedication of their new church, which has since recovered from the tornado a mere 3 years later, but has done it in grand fashion. If you have any announcements like these, birthdays, anniversaries, and such, be sure and send them to us. This is how you do it. Turning to funeral service announcements for this Monday the 22nd, 68-year-old Lowell Gray Arnott Sr. of East Mountain Parkway passed away on Friday, survived by his wife, Janet Cheek Arnott, son Lowell Arnott Jr., and daughters Janae Gullett and Lanessa Parker. Visitation is for the rest of this evening and prior to services. They're going to start tomorrow in his honor at 1 o'clock, all of which from the Sagersville Funeral Home Chapel, with burial afterwards at the Cheek Family Cemetery on Mash Fork. Once again, services held tomorrow in honor of Lowell Arnott Sr., 1 o'clock at the Sagersville Funeral Home. And we've also been told of the passing today of 63-year-old Rocky Lane Jenkins of Pricey Creek Road, who passed away on Sunday's date. He was the son of Betty Helton and the late Garland Jenkins. Besides his mom, he's survived by a son, Brandon Jenkins, and a daughter, Amy Music. Visitation is this evening, all day tomorrow and tomorrow evening, and up until services, which are set for Thursday morning at 11, with all services and visitation from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Burial will be afterwards at the Jenkins Cemetery on Pricey. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. An important recall to pass along to you tonight. I always say that, but this one may certainly be pertinent to you because I literally, as myself was reading this report earlier today, had a bottle of affected water in my hand. More than a dozen different brands, including Niagara, which I purchased a case of recently at the Lowe's in Paintsville, are involved in this recall because of an E. coli danger. I check with the CPC, Consumer Product Safety Commission, each and every day at cpsc.gov, and most often there's not a recall every day, but there's one every other day at least. But more often than not, it's not something that really applies to this region, or it's in a small number, and it doesn't really affect anyone. And it was very odd for me today to be reading this and then literally have this reaction. Same water bottle I was drinking. Niagara Bottling is issuing a voluntary recall due to concerns that one of its spring sources is contaminated with E. coli because that bacteria was found in the water supply on the 10th day of this month, just a couple of weeks ago or roundabout. And the bacteria, of course, we all know can make you sick, and it's a particular concern for people with weakened immune systems. They say don't drink it. If you have to use it, boil it first. One of Niagara's spring sources had a positive indication of E. coli. Now, they haven't got any complaints of any injury or illness of any kind. But if you've got bottled water in your house or in your fridge under any of these labels, Acadia, Acme, Big Y, Best Jet, 7-Eleven, Niagara, Nature's Place, I think is a relatively common when you get around here. Price Right, maybe not so much. Super Chill, Morning Fresh, Shaw's, ShopRite maybe, Western Beef Blue I'm not familiar with, and Wegmans. Some of those are not really sold in this region, but some, as I've just showed you, indeed are. And they've got a manufacturer location and date stamp, and mine was manufactured in that place or bottled in one of the two places, but it was about 2 weeks off. I had a May bottle, and this was for June the 10th through the 18th that they are having days of concern for the E. coli issue. So mine was off by a few weeks. Don't know that I'll finish the rest of the case or not, but if you have any of these in your fridge, you certainly want to make sure and look at least at that tab or print out on the side of the bottle to see if it's affected. And to find those numbers exactly, as always, go to cpsc.gov. And time to put the lid on tonight's show with your Licking Valley RECC forecast. I picked up just about 1 1/10 of an inch of rain over the course of Saturday's shower. So puts us right now at about 4 even inches here at the studio for this month to date. We might actually pick up another inch or two throughout the rest of the week as we're going to see some showers and storms make their way back in the short term or near term. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a light south-southwest wind, and a low of 71 after a hot day today. But it gets warmer on your Tuesday, a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 2. We'll start off with a little patchy fog in the a.m., maybe through 9 o'clock or so in some areas. Otherwise, mostly sunny and hot. That 91-degree day with the humidity will feel more like 99 to 100 degrees tomorrow with that light southwest wind becoming west-southwest 5 to 15, maybe 16 mile per hour gusts in the evening. Hot and humid with a heat index right at 100 tomorrow. A 20% chance of some showers midweek, partly sunny, still in the upper 80s, and a 20% threat of showers and storms with a low of 69. Now, Thursday, we'll continue to see the upper 80s and still partly sunny skies and still a good shot of some showers and storms. Thursday to the tune of about 50%. 89, 71, partly sunny, and like I said, a 50% chance of showers and storms, daylight to dark, pretty much across the board on your Thursday and Thursday night. But it's what temperatures start to do thereafter. The next system that rolls in and gives us some increased chances of downpours, well, it also knocks temperatures down as well. Friday, showers and storms are likely, mostly cloudy, 81 degrees, and then we'll fall into the 70s by your Saturday. The weekend does not look that great. We're talking about showers and storms likely on your Saturday with highs in the upper 70s again. We might see a little sunshine and a lesser chance of some showers and storms on your Sunday, but we've still got them in the forecast. So indeed, another rainy Saturday in our midst. The difference is this one will be firmly into the 70s, and we'll have some milder conditions to talk about, maybe right on up through the 4th of July, which is a bit of an oddity, but we'll talk more about it when I see you back here next time. The heat's not the only thing that's going to be on at least a portion of this week. We'll be back with more news that you'll only see with me. For now, enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you for watching.